Hello and welcome to What's on the Shelf. I'm your host Jen, and today it's Manga Monday. We're January 24th. We are, the third Monday of the new year? Fourth Monday of the new year. And we're still reading manga, and we're still trying to keep up with their lists, and so on and so forth. I've got a nice pile of manga here. Whoops, I didn't mean to shake my camera. And we're just gonna get down to it and talk about them. So I have a pile of stuff that I'm planning on reading, stuff that I'm currently reading, stuff that I did read last week. So let me just get through the pile. Alright, so to go through stuff that I did read last week. It was kind of a busy week for me, so I didn't get to as much reading as possible. I also got my COVID shot last Friday, so I was out for the count for 2 days, which was not fun. But I'm feeling better and getting back on to doing things that I love. So, starting this episode off, we're going to go with the stuff that I read last week, along with a couple of little synopsises, my opinions of the book and story. So let's get right down to it. So the main one I read, this counts as 3 books. So it's 3 books in one, Love and Focus. It's super cute, super adorable. I highly recommend the read if you love a slice of life. It's by the same creators as Not So Sweet Boys and The Wolf Boy Is Mine. I'm currently reading The Wolf Boy Is Mine because I just fell in love with this one. It's cute, it's romantic, and it actually has a healthy relationship. I find recently that a lot of mangas can go all over the place for that kind of thing, and this one really was mature about the relationship and the development and, like, people actually being grown up about how they're feeling. It's not just like, oh, I like you, we're not going to talk about it. No, they actually get down to the root of things, and it's super adorable. I can definitely feel, trying to remember her name, Miko, who's the main girl of the story. I completely understand her passion for camera. I've loved film since I studied it in college. I'm more of an editor by trade, but I've gotten over my shyness of being on camera, and being in front of people on camera, or just the way I talk in front of people. Once you stand in front of 3,000 people and had to tell them bad news, it's easier to do this kind of thing, even if you mess up. That's what editing's for anyways. So essentially, very good story, highly recommend, Love and Focus. It's available in a 3-set collection, or you can buy them individually. I picked up this one from Amazon. I think it was like $22 or something like that. Let me see. $25.99 Canadian. Highly recommend. Ow. Alright, next on the list of stuff that I read. A little bit more of a synopsis. So, these two are friends from younger years. This is a new person in the storyline, and she kind of just has a natural connection with him, and it grows from there. Place that one over there. So the next one I ended up reading, and I have book 2 and 3, I think, at this point. I don't know if I discussed this one last week, I can't remember, but I ended up rereading it at some point this week. I Am the Catlords Manservant is adorably cute. Essentially, kid is in debt due to his father, ends up at this house, and ends up working for these cats. I think I did talk about this last week. I was looking at book 2 and realized it. But anyways, highly recommend. You can get this at your local brick and mortar or Indigo. I got mine at Imaginaire. It was super adorable. 5 out of 5. I usually don't give stars. I just really enjoyed the story. Next is a Tokyo Pop boy love. Essentially, these two classmates have an interesting relationship. The gentleman sitting down essentially is a people pleaser, and he starts having kind of this aversion to trying to please people or being in contact with people. But he's a public figure in school. He's the class president and he's on the basketball team and all this stuff. So there's a lot of physical contact. And then he meets the other person on the cover, Tomi, who essentially is introvert. He doesn't want to deal with people. He's had it kind of rough recently because of stuff with his dad as well. And these two kind of connect on a physical level as well as an emotional level. And the relationship grows from there. It is a one-shot. It also has another little story at the end about a cute little guy and a senior who essentially have a love for music together, and they kind of fall in love. It's very cute. All of it is contained in one book, so there is like a sequel ending after everything for both stories. So highly recommend, super cute. The next one I got to reading, which I was super excited about because I found out this was done by the same author as Angel Sanctuary and Alice in Murderland, is Beauty and the Beast of Paradise Lost. So essentially our main character, Belle, loses her mother to the beast, and years later has been trapped in her house for who many knows how many years. The father is kind of a dick, essentially telling her she's ugly, that like it should have been her that died, but she's still holding out hope that, you know, he does love her, and so on. She ends up like doing all the housework, doing all the sewing. Essentially he's making money off of her. It's not a good situation. And then she hears about the horsemen showing up, and it's the similar situation that happened when her mother disappeared. And so she escapes, and the story ensues. It's a very good opening book because you have a lot of elements to it. I can't wait for the next book. I believe I have it somewhere lying around in my library. I have to do a major cleanup on there. That is Friday's plan, is clean the library and move stuff around. But highly recommend if you liked Angel Sanctuary. It doesn't seem to have the same kind of feel as Angel Sanctuary because there was a lot of different situations in it. But so far this is very interesting. There's a lot of different characters. There's a lot of like secretive stuff, and it looks really good. So I did end up reading both Sailor V, Volume 1 and 2 again. The nostalgia on those two, like, it'll forever be one of those series. Sailor Moon will always be a series I will go back to because I just have such a nostalgia for it. So highly recommend. If you've never read Sailor Moon, it's probably one of my top 5 classics of manga that someone should read from the 90s. Was it the 90s? Yeah, 90s into the early 2000s. Next on my current read list is The Wolf Boy Is Mine. So this is another book from the same author as Love and Focus. I have both volume 1 and 2 on my list to read this week. They're 2 volumes in one, and it's a 4-volume series. So essentially, a guy on the cover is a classmate to one of the girls who ends up changing schools. And there's essentially, like, you know, the boy clique of the popular boys. And she kind of runs into them in a weird situation where her first interaction with the guy is him telling her she smells good. A little creepy, yes, but there's a reason for it. Essentially, it seems really lighthearted and cute and has a little bit of a supernatural twist to it. So we'll give you more information once we continue reading it. I'm about, like, a fourth into the book. So I think I was on, where was I? Chapter 3? Let me take a quick look. I was just starting chapter 3. So definitely look forward to more information on this next week. Like I said, I have book 1 and 2 ready for that. Next, oh, it did get scratched. I do have book 2 of I'm a Catlords Manservant. The character on the front is the black cat. He's super cute. He's super clingy and adorable in the series too. He just wants to be loved. Between a ghost ransacking the fridge and a frightened, clingy Soma, who's the black cat, the main character's got his work cut out for him. Still, no matter what the task, he commits to being the best manservant a Catlord can ask for, yet the final hurdle may prove to be immeasurable. When he crashes with Korra come to a head, can the main character find a way to melt a heart so determined to resist him? So yes, there are several cats essentially in the cat mansion, I guess you can call it. And essentially he's trying to win them all over so that he can continue living at the area and still work for them. It's really cute. They have like a little guide on the bottom of the book telling you what the names of the cats are. I'm gonna try next week to try and get like little pictures of everyone in the series I'm talking about so that I can better demonstrate what I'm reading. The next one is still on my read list because I keep not getting to it, but it's there. It's on my list. Is Rent a Really Shy Girlfriend. Like, I completely understand this look. What else do I have here on my read list? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I have Spice and Wolf Volume 1. It does have mature content warning on it, and it is sealed. But it is on my read list for next week. I will probably have something else of this as well. I wanted to try the first volume because it looked interesting. But we'll see. I don't know much about it. Let's see. So it's an adaptation of the novel Spice and Wolf. So we'll definitely take a look into it. There's one more. This guy here. Mama, I'm probably butchering the name for this. Karama. So essentially, it looked really cool. It caught my eye. It's a teen series. Essentially, for centuries, the demon has prided himself on his work, granting the wishes of those he contracts with. Whenever it's slaughtering their enemies or obtaining wealth beyond measure, anything is possible with his powerful magic. But Seer's latest summon, Sakura, is unlike any he's dealt with before. Namely, she's only in the 4th grade, and her wish is for Seer to become her mama. If that's what she desires, then that's what he'll deliver by becoming the greatest mama ever. So it sounds interesting. I don't know how many volumes there are. This is the first volume. We'll definitely take a look into it. I didn't realize she was 4. Why is a 4-year-old summoning demons? Did no one explain this to the child, that this was a bad idea? I guess we'll find out. I think that is about everything on my list that I wanted to talk about today. So thanks so much for joining. If you guys have any questions or comments or want to know what's on my next list of things, I'm also going to be starting up an Amazon wish list. So if people wanted to purchase books and ship them off to me, they could. It's something I was thinking about doing. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it. I'm also looking at doing potentially a Patreon at some point for what's on the shelf because, you know, board games are expensive. I do have some sponsored content if I end up getting stuff from publishers and stuff like that, and I'm always supporting doing the unboxings, doing playthroughs of that stuff. But it's future projects I'm working on. You know, life is crazy, and I'm trying to make sure that I'm able to support myself as well as my lifestyle and work and just everything all at once. But yeah, that's essentially it. We'll catch you guys next time at the shelf on Wednesday on Unboxing Wednesday. So thanks for joining us and have a great evening all. Bye now.